Hello, baseball fans. King Icheboo coming to you live from the underground bunker deep beneath Tuktoyaktuk. And today on the King Icheboo Sports Network, Kissin', we have a monumental ball game here today. We're watching a monumental ball game. It's halftime at the Super Bowl. I have no interest in the weekend, so I thought I would do a huge game here today in the project that I've been playing since November the 11th, 2015. It's a monumental game, but it's between the San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves from 1984. This is the fourth game of the series. Game one was between Dave Dravecky. You have to admire Dave Dravecky. Anybody who knows the story of Dave Dravecky does admire the man. And he's going up against Steve Bedrosian in game one. Greg Nettles was the player of the game. He went 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored as the Padres destroyed the Braves 7-2. The Padres are 71-42 going into this series, and the Braves are 50-64. And the Padres won game one. Then in game two, between Andy Hawkins and Pete Falcone. The player of the game was Pete Falcone when he went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And with the bat, he was 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored as the Padres won game two by a score of 6-3. And now the Padres are 72-43, Braves 51-65. And then game three. It was a great ball game. The pitchers were Mark Thurmond and Rick Mailer. And today's hero, going into the 9th inning, the Padres were up 3-1. Goose Gossage, who had a 1.10 ERA going into the game, was on the mound to close off the win for the Padres, and he gave up a 3-run pinch hit walk-off home run to Gerald Perry, and the 3-1 deficit became a 4-3 victory for the Braves. The Braves improved to 52-65, and the San Diego Padres dropped to 72-44. So today's game, the game we're going to broadcast here today during the Super Bowl halftime, Ed Whitson versus Pascual Perez. And what's so big about this game? Well, there's two things. One is that this is project game number 10,000. I started this project all games manual using Skeetersoft National Pastime III. And I started it on November the 11th, 2015 to start playing all the games of the 1980s manually without any autoplay. If you know National Pastime III, there is no autoplay feature. Even if I wanted to, every game has to be manual. And so I started on Wednesday, November 11th, 2015. Today is Sunday, February 7th, 2021. That is 1,916 days ago. 5 years, 2 months, 28 days, 62 months, 28 days ago. And here I've reached 10,000 manual games played. That's an average of 5.22 games per day for the past 1,916 days, and I have not missed a single day. I have not taken off a single day. I have been consistent, and I'm going to play here today on YouTube on the King Icheboo Sports Network, game number 10,000. The other thing about this game, if you know anything about this game, it was a huge, one of the greatest brawl fests in the history of baseball, was this game on August the 12th, 1984 at Atlanta Fulton County Coliseum, or Fulton County Stadium, I guess it was, between the Braves and the Padres. And it just happens that this is the game number 10,000, and it's also monumental because it was a brawl fest. The game started, I don't think Pascual Perez, if you know anything about Pascual Perez, he was kind of a flaky individual, and he wasn't a favorite of the Padres team. And Pascual Perez led off the game by hitting Alan Wiggins in the back. And it didn't seem like it was too unexpected. And Pascual Perez was not, like I said, not a favorite of the Braves or the Padres team. And so Pascual Perez came up to bat, I believe, 3 times in the game, and 3 times the Padres wanted revenge. They wanted to hit Pascual Perez. And 3 times they missed him. But they threw right at him, and he stood there faking the bunt and just to get a good angle on the ball, and he just dodged the ball every time. And I think the 4th time, 3rd or 4th time, I can't remember exactly, but they happened to hit him. And, well, shall we say, a brouhaha broke out. And I think that Dick Williams, the manager, knew that he was going to be thrown out of the game. It was so obvious that they were going to throw at him that the pitchers, he had the lineups all ready. And lineups, I mean coaches. When he would get ejected, the next coach came up, and then he would throw at Pascual Perez, and he would be ejected, and it kept on going till somebody managed to hit Pascual Perez. And finally they did, and then everything broke loose. It was a massive brawl. And at the end of the game, if you've seen that game, the Padres just went crazy in that game. And then in the fight, Donnie Moore and Greg Nettles got into it. And then, sure enough, Greg Nettles came up to bat in the next inning, and he knew he was going to get hit. And he got hit in the butt from Donnie Moore, and the brawl continued. Everybody went crazy. The fans went crazy. Half the time, the Padres were fighting with the fans right behind the Padre dugout. And I always remember that Ed Whitson, who was long ejected because he threw in the 3rd inning, I believe, tried to throw at Pascual Perez and was ejected. He came out without a shirt on, with crazy eyes, looking to kill the people behind the Padres dugout. I remember that to this day. So that is the game that we're going to play today. Ed Whitson versus Pascual Perez, the 1000th game of this project. So here's the lineup for the San Diego Padres. Look at the standings going into this game. In real life, the Atlanta Braves were 10 games back in 2nd place going into this series, behind San Diego. And in the project, it's Houston, 8.5 games back of San Diego. The Braves are way back, 20.5 games back, 52 and 65. The Padres are running away with the National League West. Houston, 8.5 games back. Los Angeles, 20. Atlanta, 20.5. Cincinnati, 22. And San Francisco, 25. In the National League East, the Cubs. Of course, the 84 Cubs, one of the most famous teams of the 80s. They are 1 game ahead of St. Louis for the National League East race. The Cardinals have won 9 out of 10. The Cubs have struggled since the All-Star break. I believe their record is 6 and 17 since the All-Star break, something like that. Although they've won their last 3. They're starting to get together. We've got hope for the Cubs, but they're holding on to a 1-game lead. The Pirates are 4.5 games back. The Phillies, 5.5. Montreal, 6.5 at 500. And the Mets, who are in 2nd place in real life, are 54 and 69.5 games back of the Cubs. In the American League East, the Blue Jays. If you remember, the Tigers just ran away. One of the greatest teams of the 80s were the Tigers. But they are 18 games back of the Blue Jays, who have an incredible 82 and 34 record. They lead the American League in batting, the major leagues in batting, runs scored. They lead the American League in pitching. They lead the American League in fielding. And when you have the trifecta, you know you're going to have a good record. And they have a 707 winning percentage. They've won their last 7 games. They're 9 of the last 10. Incredible Toronto Blue Jays. What a lineup and what offense they have. Cleveland Indians are 15 games back. Detroit is 18 games back. New York, 18.5. Baltimore, 31.5. Milwaukee, 33. And the Red Sox, who won over 80 games in 1984, are way underperforming, 34.5 games back, fighting to stay out of the Losers League. Yes, in the best and worst of the 80s project, not only does the first place team go into the postseason, but also the last place team to see who is the worst team of the 80s. That's what we're trying to find out. In the American League West, the California Angels have a commanding 9-game lead over the real-life champions of the American League West, the Kansas City Royals, by 9 games. Seattle and Minnesota are 10.5 games back. Chicago 13, Oakland 14, and Texas in last place with a 16.5 games behind California. Also, let's look at the batting leaders in about the middle of August in the American League. Last year we had a 400 batter in Wade Boggs, who batted .420. This year we have another man fighting for 400. He's been most of this month above 400, but he has been slumping the last week, and he's now down to 396, and that is Dave Winfield of the Yankees. 396 batting average. Leading the home run race, George Bell of the Blue Jays and Tony Armas tied with 31. George Bell and Lloyd Moseby both have over 100 RBIs already. Testimony of how powerful the Blue Jay lineup is. Bell leads with 106, Moseby with 104. Mattingly of the Yankees having a great year. He's at a 103. Moseby not only has 104 RBIs, he has 102 runs scored. Wade Boggs leads in hits with 163. Winfield 437 on base and 686 slugging. In the National League, from the San Diego Padres, Kevin McReynolds is leading the batting title with a 359 average, followed by Chili Davis and Tim Raines. Home run leader, Dale Murphy with 32, RBIs with 95, Dale Murphy. So we have the batting leader and we have the home run and RBI leader in this game today. We also have the hit leader, Tony Gwynn. Schmidt is the slugging percentage leader, barely over Chili Davis, and on base is Tim Raines. So let's get to the lineup here today for the game number 10,000, the Brawl game between the Padres and the Braves. Leading off, who got hit in the back to lead off the game in real life. Leading off, the second baseman, Alan Wiggins. Batting second, the great Tony Gwynn in right field. Batting third, first base, longtime Dodger, first-year Padre, Steve Garvey. Batting fourth, longtime Yankee, first-year Padre, Craig Nettles. At third base, batting fourth. Batting fifth, the catcher, Terry Kennedy. Batting sixth, the batting leader for the National League, Kevin McReynolds in center. Batting seventh and playing left field, Bobby Brown. Batting eighth, the shortstop, Gary Templeton. And batting ninth, Mr. Crazy Eyes himself, without a shirt, Eddie Whitson. And now we'll get to the Braves lineup when they're up. So now we are going to start this ball game finally. Pascual Perez, he has a 6-10 record with a 4.46 ERA. Will he hit Alan Wiggins? That'll be something if he hits him with the first pitch. And no, he gets a ground out right back to the pitcher, throws him out for the first out. Here's Tony Gwynn. He's batting .342 with 5 homers and 59 RBIs. And here is Tony Gwynn. He flies out to center. Here's Steve Garvey. In his first year with the Padres, he's batting .274 with 8 homers and 76 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Steve Garvey, and he reaches on an error by the second baseman, Glenn Hubbard. So he gets on first for Greg Nettles. 15 homers, 49 RBIs, batting .214. Here's the pitch to Greg Nettles. And he grounds out to the second baseman, Hubbard, who throws it to the shortstop, Rafael Ramirez, for the out. Now we're going to get Eddie Whitson, get him into his numbers. We just do a little screenshot and put him in here for the project. There he is, Ed Whitson, with a record of 12-10 with a 4.02 ERA for the Padres. And here's the lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Third baseman, now that Bob Horner is out for the season. And he took a part in this brawl too. Who was it? Was it Champ Summers? Champ Summers running for the bench to try to get to somebody on the Braves bench. And here comes Bob Horner out of the press box with his cast, and he just puts a block on him and prevents him from getting to the dugout. Even when he's injured, Bob Horner protects his teammates. But he's not in the lineup. He's missed most of the year, and in his place, Jerry Royster is leading off. Batting second, the second baseman, the man with the snake, Glenn Hubbard. Batting third, Right fielder who just passed away recently, Claudell Washington, batting fourth. The center fielder, Dale Murphy, leader in home runs and RBIs in the National League, batting fifth. The first baseman, Chris Chambliss, batting sixth. The left fielder, Rufino Linares, batting seventh. The shortstop, Rafael Ramirez, batting eighth. The catcher, Bruce Benedict, and batting ninth, the infamous Pascual Perez. So here's Eddie Whitson to Jerry Royster. Royster's batting 163. He's no Bob Horner, that's for sure. And he gets a double threes, so he has a possibility for a home run if he roll 11 or 66. And here it's a 61 that is going to be a double. Jerry Royster leads the game off with a double. Here's Glenn Hubbard, batting 232 with 8 homers, 39 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Glenn Hubbard, and he strikes out. Whitson strikes out Hubbard. Here's Claudell Washington, batting 299 with 15 homers and 53 RBIs. And 1-4 is a fly out to left. Royster holds. He's still in scoring position for Dale Murphy. 291, 32 homers, 95 RBIs here on August the 12th. Here's the pitch, and he grounds out to the second baseman, Wiggins, to end the inning. Here's Terry Kennedy, the catcher. He grounds out. Kevin McReynolds, the batting leader in the National League, batting 359 with 16 homers, 52 RBIs. He walks. He will not try to steal. That brings up the next batter, who is Bobby Brown. He's batting 223 with a homer and 5 RBIs in limited action. Here's the pitch to Brown, and he hits into a double play to end the second inning. There's Chris Chambliss to lead off the Braves second. We're still scoreless. Whitson, and he has a possible error, and it's not error. He pops it out to the shortstop, Templeton. Linares, he's batting 250 in only 17 plate appearances. Must have 1 walk and 4 for 16. And he's going to be out, a fly out to left field. Here's Rafael Ramirez, the shortstop, batting 249 with 2 homers, 37 RBIs. And he grounds out to the second baseman, Wiggins. So after 2 complete, we're scoreless. Here's Pascual. A lot calmer game than it was in the real life. Here's Templeton. He's batting 276 with 3 homers, 52 RBIs. He, of course, was traded to the Padres for none other than the Wizard of Oz, Ozzie Smith. A bad trade for the Padres. And it's a possible error. No error. He flies out to left field. And the fielder there is Linares. Here's Eddie Whitson, batting 82. And he grounds out to the third baseman. Third baseman is, of course, Royster for 2 out. Here's Wiggins. And Wiggins grounds out to end the third inning, still scoreless. Here is Bruce Benedict. He bats 250 with a homer and 15 RBIs. He shares the catching duties. Who's he share it with? He shares it with Alex Trevino. And who else? Pocaroba and Sinatro. No, and who? Mostly Trevino, it looks like. A few catchers on the Braves. So here's the pitch to Bruce Benedict. He's the main catcher, though. And he is going to be out. He flies out to center field. Here's Pascual Perez. This is when he first tried to hit him. In the third inning, it was so obvious. Whitson got thrown out of the game. Dick Williams got thrown out of the game. And let's see if we can find this game. Here it is here. So Whitson only lasted 3 1/3. He got thrown out of the game. Then Booker came in and he threw at Perez. He got thrown out of the game. Harris came into the game. He got thrown out of the game. And then, so yes, you can see it was craziness. And especially in the 8th and 9th innings, when everything just fight after fight after fight. Anyway, here's Whitson. He will not try to hit Pascual Perez. There's no reason to. Instead, he doubles. Pascual Perez doubles. And he has this at second base scoring position. Maybe he'll get hit next time. As Perez doubles here in the third inning. Here's Jerry Royster. He ground to second base first time up. Here's the pitch. Pop fly to short. 2 out. Glenn Hubbard. And he will fly out to center in the threat. After 3 complete, the score is Atlanta 0, San Diego 0. Here's Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn has been hot. In the last 10 games, he has batted .390. In August, he's batting .378. June, he batted .390. May, .366. His worst month was July, .286. And he still had 2 homers and 15 RBIs with 10 walks. So he is becoming the force in the project that he was in real life. He's going to lead off to face Perez. And he walks to lead off the inning. He's going to try to steal, does not get the jump. Here is Steve Garvey. Garvey hits into a double play. So we have 2 out here in the 4th. And Greg Nettles, he's going to be out. No, he gets an error. He rolls an error. It's an error by who? The third baseman, Royster. Could have been out of the inning. Extending the inning is never good, especially to a powerful ball club like the Padres. Powerful, yes. The second best record in baseball, only behind the Blue Jays. Here's Terry Kennedy, and he fouls out to end the inning. After 3.5, it's scoreless. Claudel Washington, the heart of the order for the Braves here in the 4th. Washington, he flies out to right, and that is caught by Tony Gwynn. Here's Dale Murphy. He grounds out to second baseman Wiggins, and Chris Chambliss, he grounds out to short. And Gary Templeton, and after 4 complete, we're still scoreless. Here's Mick Reynolds, the leading hitter in the National League. He walked last time up, and he gets the first Padre hit. I thought maybe we'd get our second no-hitter on YouTube, but nope. Kevin McReynolds ends that in the 5th. So McReynolds at first to lead off. Here's Bobby Brown. He hit into a double play last time, and he hit into another double play. And the threat is over, although it's 2 out here in the 5th inning. Here's Gary Templeton. Templeton strikes out. So after 4.5, it's still scoreless. Here's Linares. He flew out to left field first time up. And the weekend is singing away. I don't know what he's singing about, but he's singing something. Here's Linares. And he strikes out. Strikeout number 2 for Whitson. Here's Ramirez. Ramirez. Possible error. He does not. He flies out to center. For the second out, flies out to McReynolds and Benedict. Benedict flies out to right. So after 5 complete, we're still scoreless. Here's Eddie Whitson. Now I play it. I've played it since day 1. You cannot pull the pitcher if he's throwing a shutout until the 9th inning is complete. So both pitchers are pitching shutouts, and they cannot be removed. Here's Whitson. He is batting .080 in the season with 1 RBI. And he walks. That's a big thing. I'm sure he didn't walk very often. Whitson on base for Alan Wiggins. And he gets a single. So 2 men on. We're going to put the brakes on Whitson as he's an S runner, is what I always do. Do it for both teams. S runner on second base with 1 or 2 out. On go the brakes. Wiggins is also on the brakes, even though he's a fast runner, but we will take the double off in case of a double. He'll still try to score. Here's Gwynn. Something brewing for the Padres here in the 6th inning. And it looks like another base hit. Because we have the brakes on, it's a station-to-station hit. If we didn't have the brakes on, Whitson would have scored. It goes both ways. But chances are, if he's S, he's going to get thrown out at the plate. But now we have bases loaded, nobody out, Pascual Perez on the mound, and Steve Garvey up, the main RBI man for the Padres in 1984. Here's the pitch to Steve Garvey, and he strikes out. Big strikeout for Pascual Perez. Now he can get the double play, he can get out of the inning, and Nettles is up. He reached on a fielder's choice, and reached on an error. First time's up, but he's 0 for 2. Here's Nettles. Pascual Perez bearing down. Wants the double play or the strikeout. Here's the pitch. And he gets a fielder's choice to the shortstop, Ramirez, who goes to second, Hubbard, and he beats out the throw at first, and the runner scores. Nettles hustles down the line, and the tie is broken. It's 1-0 Padres. Here in game 10,000, the Padres have the lead. Eligible for relief: Booker, Goose Gossage, Craig Lefferts, Greg Harris are eligible. All these relievers are eligible. For Atlanta, McMurtry, Garber, Brizzolara, Donnie Moore only in case of a closing situation. So plenty of relief support for both teams. However, Pascual Perez is eligible to be relieved now But Whitson still has to go because he's still pitching a shutout. That's King Icheboo rules. Here's Terry Kennedy. He is 0 for 2. He grounded to second base and popped out to the catcher. Here's a very important pitch to Terry Kennedy. And he is out on the fielder's choice. And that ends the 5th or the 6th inning for the Padres. But they lead it 1-0. 1-3-0 for the Braves. 0-2-2 for the 1-3-0 for the Padres. 0-2-2 for the Braves. Here's Eddie Whitson pitching a shutout. And even though he's still not tired, he did double last time. He's batting 140. And who are the main pinch hitters? Kaminsk is the main pinch hitter for Atlanta, but also eligible are Brizolara, Hall, Perry, and Bob Watson are available in this series. Still have lots of pitchers available. Maybe we will pull Pascual Perez right here. So we're going to take him out. We're going to bring in Gerald Perry. He has a 372 on base opportunity, and they need to get base runners. Gerald Perry, he was the hero of last game. He had a 3-run homer, his 4th of the season in a pitch hitting role, and he's leading off the 6th inning. Here's Whitson, pitching well today. Ground out right back to the pitcher, throws him out, 1 away. Here's Jerry Royster, and he gets double threes. He has some home run possibility, 11 or 66. 24. 24 is a double. So Royster's on second with a double for Glenn Hubbard. Glenn Hubbard has struck out and flied to center. Here's Hubbard. And he flies out to right. Royster holds. And now Claudel Washington. They do not want to pitch around Washington because on deck is Dale Murphy, the RBI king of the National League. Here's the pitch to Claudel Washington. And he fouls out to third baseman Nettles to end the threat and end the inning. Should we keep Perry in the game? No, we won't. So we're going to bring in, who should we bring in now? We have, like we said, McMurtry, Garber, and Brizolara are eligible. Okay, Brizolara, he's a 6'3"M. That's not very good. Garber, 8'1"Z. That is very good. And then there's McMurtry, 9'3"W. We'll bring in Craig McMurtry, normally a starter. He is 7-11, 155 innings pitched, a 5 ERA. So it looks like he's been pulled out of the rotation for bad pitching, and he's in the bullpen. That's what's happening here. So he's in the bullpen, Craig McMurtry. 7-11, 5 ERA. To pitch to McReynolds. McReynolds walked and singled. He started off that inning that ended up scoring the go-ahead run in the last inning. Here's McReynolds. He grounds out to short. And McMurtry goes down to a C. Here's Bobby Brown hitting to 2 double plays. I guess McReynolds didn't score last inning. And here's a single. So Bobby Brown will try to steal. He doesn't get the jump. So Bobby Brown, a fast runner, is at first for Gary Templeton. He has flied out to left and struck out. Templeton hits into a double play to end the inning. So after 6.5, the score is San Diego 1, Atlanta 0. Whitson still has to pitch. He's going to face Dale Murphy. Murphy, let's see how hot he has been lately. He is only batting .222 in his last 10 games. He has a home run and 4 RBIs. He's only batting .195 in August. His homers has been very consistent. 7 in April, 9 in May, 7 in June, and 8 in July. But halfway almost through August, he has struggled. Not like him. Here's the pitch to Murphy. And he strikes out. His slump continues. Here's Chris Chambliss. He's 0 for 2. Popped to short and grounded to short. And he pops out again, this time to the third baseman Nettles. And Linares is up. He's 0 for 2. And he gets a double threes. He has some homers here. 11, 22, 33, 55, 44, and 66. So we got to roll a double here to tie the ball game. 45 is not a double. But it is a double. It's a double, not a double roll, but it is a double. And he's an S runner, which is not good. Maybe we should put on somebody who can run. We need this. Need to tie the game. Whitson is now tired. He has reached his downgrade, so he's now D, but he cannot be taken out of the game because he has not given up a run yet. So here's Rafael Ramirez. Albert Hall is a fast runner. Albert Hall could come into the game and still... Did Albert Hall appear? That's the key. Did he appear in any game? Albert Hall. Come on, Albert. He had to appear somewhere. There he is. He was a pinch hitter. So Albert Hall is eligible to play in the series and in this game. So he'll come into the game and he will run for Linares and try to score and tie the game up. But first, Rafael Ramirez has to get a base hit with 2 out. And Whitson is tired. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. It's a base hit, and the fast runner does score. Might as well try to steal. He doesn't get the jump. So look, if we would have left him in Linares, he would have been out at home. So bringing in Hall results in the tie ball game. But Whitson can be relieved, but he's due to lead off the next inning, so we're going to gamble that he can get out of this inning. Bruce Benedict isn't the greatest hitter on earth. Here's the pitch to Bruce Benedict, and he strikes out. So now we can relieve Whitson. The game is tied at 1, and we're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Whitson. And we have the Ramirez of San Diego eligible, Carmelo Martinez, Flannery. So we'll go with one of those guys. And so here's Flannery. He has a .347 on base percentage, so we'll just go with him. Tim Flannery, he's batting .227, .333 on base, and 51 plate appearances against Craig McMurtry, who had a good inning last time in relief. Flannery, here's the pitch to Flannery. He flies out to right. Play made by Claudel Washington. Here's Alan Wiggins. Wiggins is 1 for 3, singled. He ground to the pitcher and ground to short. Here's the pitch to Wiggins. He grounds to second for the second out. And here's Tony Gwynn. He's walked, singled, and flied to center. And he grounds to the pitcher. And McMurtry maybe likes the bullpen better because he pitched 2 scoreless innings in relief. And now he's up to bat, so we're going to take him out. Flannery will not. Will he stay in the game? He can come in and play second base, but might as well leave Wiggins in. And you always look at the guys behind you. You don't want to take out Gwynn or Wiggins. So that's it for Flannery. And into the game will come Booker. Greg Booker will come into this ball game. And he is 0-0 with a .568. Hoping to get 1 inning out of him with some weak hitters up. And that's it for McMurtry. He did well in this game. And we'll bring in the guys who are eligible. Kaminsk. Bob Horner. No, not Bob Horner. Bob Watson. I've been getting those two mixed up. So Bob Watson's a slow runner. Trevino is eligible. He's a fast runner. He's the other main catcher. Pocoroba. Pocoroba has an on-base percentage of .500. We'll bring him in. He only had 4 plate appearances in 1984, but he had one in this series. So he is eligible. Maybe I got confused with Brizolara. Pocoroba, where are you? No, Pocoroba. I was mistaken. I had him and Brizolara mixed up. So by King Icheboo rules, Pocoroba is not eligible. So we go undo. This is the only time we ever hit the undo button to undo something mistake like that. So we will bring in Bob Watson. Bob Watson will come into the game to lead off the bottom of the 8th against Greg Booker. Here's the pitch from Booker. He reaches on an error by Wiggins. And we're going to take him out of the game. We're going to bring in anybody else. He is very slow. And he's not going to stay in the game, so we're going to bring in somebody else. Who should we bring in? Don't want to bring in a good hitter. Kaminsk is a decent hitter. It'd be nice if we bring in a pitcher. Someone who's not slow. Someone... Who would that be? Someone that's appeared in this game, like Falcone. Falcone is an average runner. Terry Forster. Terry Forster appeared in this series. So we will bring him in. He's a fast runner. The big tub of goo is a fast runner. Does that make sense? Well, how the game dictates if he's fast or not is when he got on base, how often did he score? It didn't mean he actually was fleet of foot. He scored at a high percentage when he reached base in 1984. So here's Terry Forster on for pinch runner. I wonder how often that happened. Only in game number 10,000 could something like that happen. Here's Jerry Royster. Nobody out. Forster, fast runner on first base. Here's Royster. He has doubled twice. He's 2 for 3. Here's the pitch to Royster. And he flies out, the runner holds. Here's Hubbard. He is 0 for 3. He's due. And he gets hit by the pitch. Now the brawls start. Hubbard gets hit by the pitch, and there's a brawl. Booker and Hubbard. And Hubbard brings his snake from the dugout to scare away the Padre masses. If you don't know what I'm talking about. Here, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Glenn Hubbard and his famous snake. I think this King Icheboo has lost his marbles. But it's true, he had a snake, and it was on the Fleer 1984 card where we find this snake. Right here, Glenn Hubbard with his snake. So I'm not making it up. So here it is, 2 men on for Claudel Washington. Here's the pitch to Washington. He gets double ones, it's a triple! Claudel Washington triples in 2 runs. The big tower of goo, Terry Forster and Glenn Hubbard, the Snake Man, both score. And he's at third base. And the score is now 3-1 Braves. And Dale Murphy is up. Here's the pitch to Dale Murphy. He homers. Number 33 for Dale Murphy breaks out of his slump. And the Braves lead it 5-1. And Booker is tired. And that is it for Booker. We are going to bring in Greg Harris. Greg Harris will come into the ball game in relief. Harris is 1-0 with a .66 ERA. Here's Chambliss with the bases cleared. 4 runs in. Ground out. That is the second out of the inning. Here's Albert Hall. Albert Hall is a famous hall in London, if I'm not mistaken. Here's a fly out to center field, and the inning is over after 8 complete. The Braves 5 and the Padres 1. And if I remember right, that was the exact score of the Brawl game going into the 9th inning. It was 5-1 if I remember right. Let's see if I was right. Sometime, you think I'm going senile or something. Yes. Was it 5? Yeah, it was 5-1. And the Padres scored 2 runs in the 9th to make it 5-3. So it's the exact same situation. Who says this game is not accurate? Forster is not in the game. He's not eligible to pitch. He's already pitched in the series. So we're going to bring in who? We can't bring in Donnie Moore because it's not a save situation. So we're either going to bring in Garber or Brizzolara, the guy who got confused with Pocoroba. We'll bring in Brizzolara. Sure, why not? He's not a very good pitcher. But if Donnie Moore is waiting in the wings, if it becomes a save situation. Brizzolara is 0-0 with a 1.23 ERA. And he's going to face Steve Garvey. Garvey reached on an error, hit into a double play, and struck out. And he walks. It's not a save situation yet, but he has to face 3 batters. I've been doing that long before. In 2015, I did that. Well before this, the major leagues took my advice and did it last year. I've been doing that for 10,000 games. 3 batter minimum. So Brizzolara, that's batter number 1. Here's Nettles. He could homer easily here. He has 15 on the season. Here's the pitch. And he does. He homers. It's 5-3. Just like real life, the Padres are coming back. That's batter number 2 against Brizzolara. It is now a save situation. But he's got to face 1 more batter. Here's Terry Kennedy. He singles. So that is it. We got to bring in Donnie Moore. He's faced his 3 batters. And in will come Donnie Moore to try to stop the bleeding for the Braves here in the 9th inning. Terry Kennedy. Here's Kevin McReynolds, the leading hitter in the National League. He's now batting .360. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. Donnie Moore, he's 1-4, .316 ERA. He has how many saves? He has 28 saves in 31 opportunities. He's been very good this year. Here's the pitch to Kevin McReynolds. He reaches on a fielder's choice. The ball gets hit to the first baseman, Chambliss, who throws it to short. They throw it back to first. Moore was there to cover, but it was too late. No double play. And the inning continues. McReynolds will not try to steal. Well, the threat continues. The batting, Bobby Brown comes in. But we're going to bring in a better home run man. We're going to bring in Carmelo Martinez to pinch hit. He's a home run hitter. He has got 9 this season. And he has more power than Bobby Brown. Here's the pitch from Donnie Moore to Carmelo Martinez, batting .263 with 9 homers and 48 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Double fours. It's a base hit. So 2 men on for Gary Templeton. He is 0 for 3. He flied to left, struck out, and hit into a double play. He could hit another double play, would end this ball game. Gets a base hit, and the game continues. Here is the pitch to Gary Templeton. He hits a single, and he scores the 4th Padre run, and it's 5-4 now, with still only 1 out. Templeton gets the key base hit, and Greg Harris. Now, in this case, I'd be tempted to leave Harris in the game, as he has an on-base percentage of .333 and a slugging of .444. He will stay in the game. He's batting .375, so he's not a liability at the plate. Donnie Moore looking to get out of this inning, looking for the double play. Here's the pitch. And he gets another hit, and the tying run comes in. The Padres have tied this game at 5, thanks to the pitcher, Greg Harris, and a blown save for Donnie Moore. And it's still going. Templeton is a slow runner. We'll put the brakes on him. Harris is a fast runner. We'll take the brakes off him. Wiggins. Wiggins is 1 for 4. Here's the pitch to Wiggins. And it is a strikeout. Moore gets a strikeout, but the always dangerous Tony Gwynn is up. He could end this, give the Padres the lead here with a base hit. We'll take the brakes off Gary Templeton. We're telling him, go for it if you have the chance. Here's Tony Gwynn, and he has a possible error, and he's out of the inning. But the Padres score 4 runs in the top of the 9th, and they've tied this game at 5. Going to the bottom of the 9th, the Braves looking for the walk-off. Here in the bottom of the 9th, Ramirez, Benedict, and Moore due for the Braves against Greg Harris, who is a great pitcher. He's an AX. The W is disturbing, though. All right, here we go. Rafael Ramirez. He is 1 for 3 in this ball game with an RBI. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out. Bruce Benedict, 0 for 3. He flies out. Donnie Moore, can you hit? No. But the only guy left is Gene Garber. Brizzolara is out of the game. McMurtry's out of the game. Moore. We're going to keep Moore in the game. It's 2 out. Chances of the Braves getting a hit here with a great pitcher like this is remote. To take him out of the game, we got to keep a pitcher available. So here's the pitch. And he gets a ball. And then he strikes out. So after 9 complete, the score, San Diego 5, Atlanta 5. Here in game number 10,000. Here's Garvey to face Donnie Moore. 1-2 is a ground out. And Moore goes down to D. We're going to play this by ear with 1 pitcher left on the bench. We're going to play this by ear. We're going to let them get on base before we pull them. Here's Greg Nettles. Nettles homered. Last inning, 2-run homer. And he scored. Flied out to right field. Terry Kennedy. And he grounded out. So we're going to the bottom of the 10th. Greg Harris still on the mound. It's still 5-5. Here's Jerry Royster. Royster's doubled twice. He's 2 for 4. And he gets a ball. Another pitch to Royster. And it's going to be an out. What kind of out? A fly out to right field, Gwynn. Here's Glenn Hubbard. He got hit by a pitch last time. He's 0 for 3. And he gets double threes. So he could end the game if we roll 11, 15, 22, 25, 33, 44, 55, and 66. Unless, no, he's not a G, H, or I. So yes, one of those runs or rolls will be the end of the game. Let's see if he can do it. 22. Glenn Hubbard, the Snake Man, wins the game in the bottom of the 10th on a walk-off home run off Greg Harris. The Snake Man wins the game for the Braves here in game number 10,000. The player of the game. We already have his picture up here. The Snake Man. That's the card that we will use as today's hero. Here in game number 10,000, the Snake Man wins the game. Wins game number 10,000 with a walk-off solo shot. As the Buccaneers score, Leonard Fournette, I've got a sub sandwich on this game. Tom Brady already won me a sub sandwich against a buddy from work, my best buddy at work. And she owes me a sub sandwich already for the last game, and looks maybe she's going to owe me another as the Buccaneers are going to go up 28-9. Although this is Mahomes and he can score like 25 points in about 5 minutes, so I'm not going to hold my breath yet. But the Snake Man, we'll get back to the task at hand. Game number 10,000, he's the winner with a walk-off solo shot in the bottom of the 10th. And that is the game here today. We're going to put this in red as we always do. The Snake Man, copy image, put him in, and get the back of the card, put that back in. And once again, because of Mr. Snake, Glenn Hubbard, his home run in the bottom of the 10th to break the 5-5 tie, the final score. Well, we might as well get the up-to-date standings before we go. So we're going to go here, 0-8-12. Oh, I got to put the number lock on. In the 10th inning, the Padres have 5 and the Braves have 6. Game saved. We have, let's see, we have holds, right? No holds. There's no holds in this game, but we do have a blown save from Donnie Moore. And that's the save. We're going to save this game, number 10,000. Looking up the up-to-date standings, the Padres still, in spite of losing 3-4 to the Braves, they still have an 8-game lead over Houston. And soon, upcoming, I think in this great National League East race, the Cubs will now play Montreal, and the Cardinals will take on Philadelphia upcoming in this. Those are the games up next. But here today, the final score once again, in 10 innings, the Braves, in the Brawl game, Braves 6, Padres 5. This has been King Icheboo on the King Icheboo Sports Network, signing off. Goodbye, everybody.